Writing Part 1, an email, tips and strategies. Understanding the topic. Understanding the main topic. Read the question topic part by part slowly. Focus on key words. Repeat ideas to understand them more clearly. Read who you need to write. This is important to select the email tone, formal, semi-formal, or informal. Select the style of writing. Read the points you must write about carefully. Focus on keywords to understand what you should write. Put yourself in the situation. Imagine you are in this situation. How would you feel? What would you say? Email tone. Informal. Email tone. Informal. These topics are usually to personal friends and family. You can use informal language and expression. You can use contractions, less academic structure. Semi-formal. These topics can be common or known situations. For example, workplace, schools, community boards, or to stores. We should use less informal expression and try to be more polite. In some cases, we can use contractions, but in others, we shouldn't. Formal. These topics are more professional situations. For example, to the city, executives, authorities such as the police, organizations, for example, immigration. Avoid contractions and informal expression. Language should be more academic. Okay, here we are in writing task 1, writing an email from the CELPIP website and the way the official exam will look. So you can see here on the left side we have our topic, and on the right side we have what we need to write about. Time is over here, and where we write is over here. So firstly, most important, we need to read the topic carefully, and we need to read part by part slowly. Your manager asked you to work at the reception desk. That's a part, one part there. So repeat, your manager asked you to work at the reception desk. So some key words your manager asked you at the reception desk, okay? Next part, while the receptionist is getting lunch. Okay, there you go. So you are going to work while the other receptionist is getting lunch. Okay? This involves answering telephones and helping clients who come in. That's the next part. So the job you need to do includes, involves means includes. Okay? So your manager asked you to work at the reception desk. You need to answer the phone and help clients. Okay. However, you are unable to help out because you have other work. So, the last part, but you can't do it because you're busy. So, your manager asks you to work at the reception desk. This is what you need to do, but you're busy. So, we need to understand the topic clearly in order to write the email correctly. Well, also to understand that this is to your manager. So, so you write an email to your manager. So, this should be a semi-formal. Semi-formal because maybe you know your manager, maybe you work with him every day. But at the same time, you need to be polite, right? So that's why it's semi-formal, but not informal and not very formal. So semi-formal. So we got that part there. And then we need to understand the points clearly. It says apologize, explain why you don't have time to help out. Don't have time to help out, explain, and suggest a way to solve the problem. So, we need to make sure we understand the topic clearly, to know the tone of the email, and we should understand the points very clearly when we write. That's the first part. Informal structure. Begin with the greeting. Who you're writing. Hello, the person. How are you? I'm okay, just busy with work and life. Then why you're writing. I'm writing because give information about the topic. Point number 1. Connect to the first idea. First of all, the idea. Add another idea for this side. Also, if another idea. For example, if you can give some. But if an opposite idea. Point number 2. Connect to the second point. About the topic, but if an opposite, also if another idea. Add another idea for this side. Also, if another idea. For example, if you can give some, but if opposite. Point number 3. Connect to the third point. Anyway, last point. Add another idea for this side. Also, if another idea. For example, if you can give some, but if opposite. Closing. Say goodbye. I hope everything is good and let me know. Topic. Signature. First name only. Semi-formal structure. Greeting. who you're writing. Dear person, this is first last name, and I hope things are going well at the place these days. Why you're writing? I'm writing because topic. Point number one. Connect to the first idea. Firstly, idea. Add another idea for this side. Also, if another idea. For example, if you can give some, but if an opposite. Point number two. Connect to the second point. Regarding second point topic. However, if an opposite. Add another idea for this side. Additionally, if another idea. For instance, if you can give an example, but if an opposite. As a result, therefore, if reasoning. Point number three. Connect to the third point. Lastly, last point. Furthermore, if another idea, for example, if you can give some, but if an opposite, as a result, therefore, if reasoning. Closing. Say goodbye. Thank you for your attention, and I hope. Topic. Signature. Sincerely. Full name. Formal structure. Greeting. Who you're writing. Dear person. To whom it may concern. Very formal. My name is. First, last name, and I hope things are going well at the place you're writing these days. Why you're writing. I am writing you today because the topic. Point 1. Connect to the first point. Firstly, give an idea. Add another idea for this side. Also, if another idea. For example, if you can give some, but if an opposite. As a result, therefore, if explaining. Point number 2. Connect to the second point. Regarding the second point topic. However, if an opposite idea. Add another idea for this side. Additionally, if another idea. For instance, if you can give some examples, but if an opposite. Consequently, therefore, if explaining. Point number 3. Connect to the third point. As a final note, last point. Add another idea for this side. Furthermore, if another idea, for example, if you can give some examples, but if an opposite, as a result, therefore, if a reason. Closing. Say goodbye. Thank you for your attention, and I hope the topic. Signature. Sincerely. Full name. So now that we know about informal, semi-formal, and formal structure, we decided that this email will be semi-formal. So let's just, I will, according to our guide, I'm going to write here what it says for semi-formal. First, we should do the greeting. So this is to your manager, right? Dear manager. Okay. And this is, you put here your first, you can put your first and last name. Sometimes it can be your first if it's your manager, you know him well, him or her. Okay, and I hope things are well at, so at where? The office, right? The manager is working in the office, let's say. Okay, and then I'm writing because, okay. So this here is the greeting according to our guide. Who we're writing and why we're writing. Okay, that's how we need to structure it. And I'm not going to write in the information here. I just want to illustrate to you the structure. Now we get to the first point. Firstly, in here, you're going to write about um, apologizing, right? Apologize. So I'm very sorry I cannot work at the reception desk. So this is what we're writing following our structure. And we need to put at least two ideas. Here we can put also or but. Then, so that's for the first point. Now we're going to go to the second point. The second point regarding why I can't help, or sorry, I don't have time. Don't have time to help out. So regarding why I don't have time to help out, that's going to be leading into the second paragraph. And maybe you're adding another idea there, but, or also. And then we get to the third point, suggest a way to solve the problem. So lastly, I think we can solve this problem by. So that's leading to the last point in our structure, the third point. And then we get to the closing, right? Thank you for your attention. And I hope we can find someone to work the reception desk, for example. And you sign sincerely and your first and last name. So this is how we should structure our email when we write it in here. Um, so you can see we're leaving spaces. For sure, we need to leave space between paragraphs. And another important part that I would like to mention, well, here we have words, your word counter is down here. And very important, commas and periods are very important. Also, in the real exam, you do have spell check. You notice there sometimes I made some typos. So imagine here we put, instead of cannot, I put cap not. You see, it's underlined, so I can spell check with a right mouse click, cannot. Of course, you need to know the right spelling, but you have spell check. Most important is the structure. You can see that we've used our structure to organize the email. And yes, the email structure will increase your score significantly. Factors which influence your score: ideas and vocabulary. The ideas and level of vocabulary determine your score. CLB 4 to 6, simple and basic ideas and vocabulary. CLB 7 or higher, the more complex the idea and stronger vocabulary, the higher your level. Email structure. The tone and look of your email. Correct tone, paragraphing, and sequential order. Sentence construction and grammar. Complete sentences and no simple grammar errors. CLB 4 to 6 have many simple grammar errors, especially in simple present, past, and future tenses, pronouns, plural, singular, and prepositions. For level CLB 7 or higher, the important part is using higher level grammar. For example, perfect tenses, passive, modalities, and conditionals. Punctuation is very important, using periods and commas where needed. Complete response. Answer the question completely. Respond all parts of the question. How many ideas you provide increases your score. The more examples and explanation increases your score. That is the end of writing part 1, an email, tips and strategies.